Hello, everybody. This is Shrutika, Assistant Professor from SNSB Spine and Experiential Business. In this lecture series, we have been discussing about the different strategic implementation processes. This particular video will throw light on strategic evaluation and control. We will see why it is important to evaluate and control strategies time and again. So, strategic evaluation and control ensure that the organization stays on track to achieve its objectives. So through evaluation and control, we make sure we are traveling in the right direction. We are traveling towards the accomplishment of our objectives. Here we assess the performance and make necessary adjustments so that we are in alignment with our strategies and plans. So there are a lot of evaluation techniques. We will discuss three most important techniques here. The first one is benchmarking. Benchmarking is nothing but comparing performance with industry standards. So there's already something called a set industrial standard. So we will compare how we are performing to that industrial standard or the best practice. Say, for example, when it comes to total quality management, the set benchmark is Toyota. So any company that wants to evaluate its PQM strategies would definitely compare itself to how Toyota is performing. So that is benchmarking. The second is balanced scorecard. So balanced scorecard is tracking performance across all the aspects of the business, be it the financial perspective, the customer perspective, internal process perspective, learning and growth perspective. So across these four perspectives, we track how we are performing, how the strategy is performing. So as far as balanced scorecard is concerned, the factors that we have to remember is it has four perspectives: financial perspective, customer perspective, internal trust perspective, and learning and growth perspective. The third evaluation technique is key performance indicators. These are nothing but specific metrics that measure progress towards strategic goals. So once the goals have been formulated, we will in prior decide what are the standards that we are setting, what are the metrics that we are setting to evaluate. So time and again, we'll keep a track as to whether we are accomplishing that particular metrics which we set. As far as control is concerned, it's all about financial controls. So financial control is monitoring the financial performance of the organization through budgets, financial statements, and audits. Budgetary controls is allocating financial resources and monitoring expenditures against the budget. So financial control and budgetary control are way different because budgetary control is an aspect of financial control. Budgetary control is one part of financial control, but not its entirety itself. The third control is operational control, wherein we ensure that the operations of the organization are efficient and effective at the same time, and we adhere to the standard operating procedures and performance standards set by the industry. So we'll discuss about the different evaluation techniques in detail. So the first technique is benchmarking. Here we compare the performance metrics with the industry standards. So we already have, as discussed before, we already have an industry metrics or a best performer in that particular industry or in that particular aspect. So we compare ourselves to that best performer. We'll identify the gaps that are there. We'll identify areas where we'll have to improve so that we reach that performance standard. So say for example, you compare your customer satisfaction index with the benchmark that is available, and you work out on strategies where you'll be able to satisfy your customers for the better. The next is balance scorecard. So here again, as we discussed before, we ensure that we perform better across all the four perspectives. We'll focus on the revenue, we'll focus on customer retention, we'll focus on how efficient the processes are and how focused are we towards employee development. As far as KPI is concerned, we'll define and monitor KPIs in a way that they are aligning with the strategic goals of the organization. Through these KPIs, we'll measure progress. So we will decide what are the factors that we would consider to measure progress well in advance, and we'll use only those factors. Accomplishment of that particular factor means there is progress in the business. So, for example, in a retail business, the KPIs might be how many units are sold per square foot, or how much turnover in the inventory is there, or what is the customer satisfaction index. These can be the metrics when it comes to retail sector. So like this for every other sector, there's a different KPI metric that is to be followed. So why do we have to evaluate and control on an ultimatum? Why is it important to evaluate how we are performing? Why is it important to control what we are doing across the industry? Why is it important to control the strategies that we are implementing? The ultimate reason being continuous improvement. Any business shall focus on continuous improvement. If we are not focusing on continuous improvement, it means we are failing. So in order that there is continuous improvement, strategic evaluation and control should always be an ongoing process. It should always be done. It should be done every other day. It should be done on a periodical basis. It has to be regularly reviewed. The strategies has to be refined across in accordance with the reviews that we've received out of evaluation and control. So based on the changes that are happening, based on the performance scores that are coming, we'll have to be constantly reworking on our strategy so that we are continuously growing. So one good example for continuous improvement is like you may have quarterly strategy reviews, so that like every quarter we have a review on how we are performing with respect to the strategy, and we make adjustments as and when needed. So hope this video was helpful to you in understanding the importance of evaluation and control in strategic management. I'll see you soon with another interesting topic with respect to strategic implementation. Have a good day. Thank you.